can do right now.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
good. You got it.
All right. So once again, guys, very good to see all of you this beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining this call. My name is Nyambura, and I'm going to be your host tonight. So we are going to begin this conversation, and just in case you have somebody wanted to get on board, kindly get in touch with them. Let them know that we are already on call so that we can be able to do this together. But once again, a very, very warm welcome. So we continue with our conversation on the journey of money. And basically, our aim is to understand exactly where we are at on this planet, what is going on around us, and how we can utilize these opportunities to actually be able to make a significant impact in our financial lives and the lives of those that we love, and be able to impact as many people around us as possible. So we are going to talk about smart contracts tonight, but we begin by basically looking at why the world is talking about the fourth revolution. Now, the journey of money. As we all are aware, money has taken a journey, and it all began with the barter trade system, which was later in the 17 and 1800s replaced by the Industrial Revolution, which, my apologies, which basically introduced us to the medium of exchange, which is the fiat currency or the paper money as we know it today. Then we experienced the digital revolution or the internet revolution of the 90s and early 2000s. And we all know that this again introduced us to the concept of e-money, plastic money, wire transfers, and we believe those things. And every time we receive an M-Pesa or a wire transfer, or so long as we have our plastic cards in our pockets, we know that we have access to our money. Now, we are talking about the fourth revolution because this is the blockchain revolution. And basically, blockchain is just a system of recording information in a manner that the information has security, transparency, and decentralization. But the most important thing I want us to look at is what this that has done in terms of money. It has now introduced us to the new concept of the cryptocurrencies. And cryptocurrencies, as we know them, are led by Bitcoin, which was introduced with the aim of beating inflation, because as we know, our money today loses value over time, but Bitcoin has proved itself right. And so far it has been able to appreciate so much in value, such that already a lot of wealth has been transferred. In early 2017, one Bitcoin was less than $100. Today, one Bitcoin is on average over $40,000. So you can imagine over time, a lot of people have created a lot of wealth, and it has beaten inflation in a manner that no other currency out there has ever been able to achieve. Then, of course, the second most popular cryptocurrency is what we call Ethereum. And over and above Bitcoin, Ethereum has an added advantage, and it is not the only one. There's a group of cryptocurrencies that belong to this class of what we call open source platforms. It basically means you can develop another application on top of it to run, even as it's a currency that gives you value. Now, with that, we expect that over time, there's going to be a whole community of users of this kind of open source platforms, which will continue to push the value of this category of coins up and up. So they also continue to behave as store of value. Then, of course, we want to talk about the BUSD, which belongs to a category of what we call stable coins. And basically, stable coins are coins whose value is pegged to the dollar. Now, the main difference between these stable coins and the other cryptocurrencies is that stable coins don't suffer market volatility the way other cryptocurrencies suffer volatility. Now, that gives people stability, because a lot of people are not able to withstand the volatility, where, for example, one Bitcoin in April was at $68,000 and today is at $40,000. A lot of people are not able to come to terms with that, and they don't have the patience to wait for it to recover and even go way beyond that. So by trading with the stable coins, then they are able to have business stability and a bit of predictability. Now, According to the World Economic Forum, which is part of what we pay a lot of attention to, there is a projection that this technology that is driving these cryptocurrencies is going to grow by almost 300,000% in the next 6 or so years to come. Now, that basically tells us if you invest in this space at this point in time, in the next 6 years to come, you can expect your assets to grow in leaps and bounds. And so, of course, you may want to ask a question. If I'm investing in stable coins, will my coins go up in value? Now, the best answer is you accumulate a portfolio of these stable coins, which can help you now finance these other coins that appreciate in value, and that will put you in a very, very safe place. Now, one of the other people we like to follow in terms of his understanding of how financial markets work, because he's been able to invest in financial markets and make a lot of wealth, is Warren Buffett, and he has endorsed this technology. And for so many of us, we aspire to have what people like Warren Buffett have in terms of knowledge and understanding and wisdom of financial markets. So when he endorses an idea like this, we have no option but to follow. Now, the other thing that I want you to look at is when you're talking about a growth of over 300,000%, that cannot be demonstrated any better than these charts. Every time a new technology checks into the system or into the market, it always goes through the three key stages in what you call the adoption curve. Of course, there's the innovation stage, then there's the take-off stage, and then there's the saturation stage. In the innovation space, that is where a lot of people try things to see what works, what doesn't work. And already this technology has already gone through a lot of innovation. Now we are at the takeoff stage. Now, what you can see in this graph is that this takeoff stage is where the real growth of these economies is going to take place, because conversations have now become commonplace with regards to what are cryptocurrencies, how can people invest in this space. So you can imagine, as the rest of the world is coming in, you are going to be able to watch your wealth grow in leaps and bounds. And this is an opportunity we cannot afford to miss, because most of us, we missed the internet moment. We did not have the opportunity to learn and understand what was going on. And so that opportunity left us. Yet those who understood it and they took advantage of it, the likes of Warren Buffett, the likes of Jeff Bezos, the likes of Elon Musk, the likes of Mark Zuckerberg. We know the way they were able to change people's lives, and in the process, how the way they've been able to accumulate wealth that is mind-boggling. So I can tell you guys, the next generation of billionaires and millionaires in the world is already being created in this space, and we don't want to be left behind. Now, unfortunately, for most people, they always tend to adopt technology at the saturation stage, and this is a moment where you are required to use that technology. You really don't have an option, and you have to pay for it, and we do not want to be found in that space. So now, we want to refer you to this website called CoinMarketCap.com. And this website, in a nutshell, gives you all the cryptocurrencies that are already trading in the marketplace, and it gives you their market capitalization. And of course, the leader there is Bitcoin, followed by Ethereum, and then our Binance coin is number 3, but then the Binance stable coin, which you're talking about, you can see it has gained so much in terms of market share. At the moment, it's ranking around number 11. And of course, as we continue to have a conversation like this, there's a chance that we continue to push it up and up and up. Now, in a nutshell, this is how the cryptocurrencies have been behaving. This is the chart of Bitcoin, and this is the chart of Ethereum. Now, basically, as you can see, all the way up to around 2017, Bitcoin was valueless. But now you can see the people who have been able to hold on to it at the moment. You can see the kind of wealth they've been able to create. And the same story, the same trend, you can see it on Ethereum. So most of these other cryptocurrencies, especially the ones that have gained acceptance in the market, they are following in that similar trend. So that just goes to tell you that this is a space where you are going to create a lot of wealth. All you need to do is immerse yourself in knowledge and understanding, and you will see how it's going to change your life. Now, we like to compare these economies with the wealth of Africa and also Kenya in particular, because I'm seated here in Kenya as I'm doing this presentation. And as it is right now, we are told that the GDP of Africa is at $2.6 trillion. Now let's move on and see the GDP of Kenya, according to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, as at December 2020, was $101 billion economy. Now, for our sake, it has taken us 58 years to build that kind of an economy. And so what we are saying is, when we look at this decentralized economy, you can see in less than 10 years, Bitcoin has been able to overtake us by 7 times. Ethereum in 4 years has overtaken us by more than 3 times, and Binance is already at half the wealth of our economy. So why we pay that attention to that is because we are saying we can focus on building our economy. Yes, it grows on average at $1.7 billion a year, but we can, if we keep ignoring this space of decentralization, we are going to lose a lot of opportunities where we can be able to make so much more money, and we are making this money in a manner that we have total freedom, which is what blockchain basically gives to the ordinary person. Now, like I mentioned earlier, when you come into this space, knowledge and understanding is going to be the biggest asset you'll ever own. Money will come and money will go, but knowledge and understanding is the thing that is going to set you aside. Now, it's very important for you to understand that there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to make money, but there's also going to be a lot of opportunities where you end up losing money, especially if you don't understand exactly what's going on in this space. Now, in a nutshell, let's look at what are some of the ways that people have lost money or they can easily lose money. And of course, one of those ways is when you participate in tokens. And we are not saying tokens are bad. We are saying most of these tokens don't really have a purpose. You don't even know who is creating them and what purpose they are supposed to serve. So they will come and tell you, participate in this token. They promise you can make this kind of money, but then already a lot of stories out here is that people are, unfortunately, they've lost a lot of money. So what we normally advise is, if you must participate in a token, please understand it and understand the people behind it and understand why it is needed in the first place. Now, the second one is mining. And by all means, mining has been a very lucrative business. We know that Bitcoin, for example, cannot become unless it is mined. Now, the thing with mining is that it was very lucrative around 2017, 2018, and that is when Bitcoin basically shot up in value. Now, it's a very capital intensive business, and it has been taken over by some of the biggest multinationals because they're able to invest huge amounts of money in terms of the mining equipments, and then they are able to go and set up their camps in China where they can be able to take advantage of the subsidized power costs. So a lot of these other mining firms that have been coming and trying to mobilize individual retail traders to pull resources together, unfortunately, they're not able to effectively compete, and they find themselves going out of business, and they've gone out of business with a lot of people's money. So again, before you go into that space, it's very important that you do your proper due diligence and be sure that that company that is telling you that they will be mining will actually be able to survive. And also the other important thing is they must give you the return that they have promised, because what they do is that initially they start giving you what they had told you they'll give you, then over time you start noticing that your gains keeps on reducing and reducing, and if over time you actually are not gaining anything. The other one, of course, is return on investment programs. Now, these ones we cannot overemphasize, because this is where somebody will come and tell you, we do this, we trade in cryptocurrencies, or we mine, or we do whatever it is they're doing in that space, and they tell you to pull your resources together, and they'll be giving you a certain guaranteed return on a regular basis. Could be a monthly basis, a weekly basis, a daily basis, whatever it is they tell you. Now, unfortunately, we know this is one of the easiest ways that people have lost money. So again, if you must invest in a return on investment program, kindly do your proper due diligence, be aware of who you're trading with and how your money is earning you, because nobody asked the right question. People are just told you get 200% in a month or in 3 months, and you don't ask the question, how is that money being invested so that it can give that kind of return? Because if banks which have been in the market cannot give you more than 10%, especially for us in this part of the world, and banks have systems where they know they can invest your money and get some certain returns, who is this who is telling you that they can give you 200% return? What are they doing with your money? Those are some of the questions you should be able to ask. On the gaining side, however, you can do what we call price trading, just the same way people trade forex on fiat currencies. They buy low and sell high. You can also do the same with cryptocurrencies. But as we all know, trading requires a serious investment in terms of acquisition of the skill, and it also requires some good capital, because there is usually a lot of market volatility which you must be able to withstand, and you must be able to be very patient with the market. A lot of people come into trading and they think that it's easy to make money, and they analyze charts on 15-minute basis, 30-minute basis, but markets are driven by fundamentals. So if you don't want to invest in learning fundamentals, then I would advise that you don't touch that skill. Now, on the other hand, you can buy these cryptocurrencies. Just like I said in the beginning, they behave as store of value. One Bitcoin in 2017 is more or less $100. One today is over $40,000. So you can imagine, if you're patient enough, you can be able to make a lot of money. But like I've shown you in the graph, in April this year, one value of Bitcoin went to 68,000. Now we are talking about 40,000. So if you can be able to withstand that kind of a shock in the market and still be able to hold, then go right ahead and buy and hold. But you may require a bit of capital, and you have to definitely give it time. And by giving it time, we mean at least give it 4, 5, 6 years for it to give you a gainful return. Now, the other one is you can participate in smart contracts. And the beauty with smart contracts is they have simplified this process of you building a portfolio in a manner that you're able to build your portfolio with little bits of values of these cryptocurrencies. But over time, you notice that you have built a huge portfolio. It doesn't require a lot of capital investment from the beginning. So let us look at what a smart contract is. And from a definition point of view, we are relying on Investopedia. And Investopedia tells us that a smart contract is a programming code that is self-operating. It has to be placed directly on the blockchain. It cannot be hacked, stopped, or changed. And it does not require an admin or a company to run it. Whatever it is programmed to do is exactly what it does. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, on this call, the minute you understand that definition, the rest of what I will say will become very easy. If you miss that definition, I might take you through a process, but it won't make sense. So I want you to start thinking. The world is already operating in the space of artificial intelligence. And what this does is basically it removes the middleman in the middle and only leaves two participants in a transaction, because you're interacting with technology. And if you want to understand more about how artificial intelligence is working, just walk into one of Elon Musk's factories, manufacturing farms where they make cars, and watch and see how many people are working there compared to the robots that are working there. Robots are already replacing people. So now we are in a space where everything basically is being run on artificial intelligence, and that definition is very, very important. So I want to introduce you to our smart contract, and this specific smart contract we are working with is called Forsage. And Forsage is no longer news. Forsage was first introduced in the market in February of 2020, just before COVID hit. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, in the period between February last year and today, so much wealth has been created by people who have taken their time to understand what this smart contract is all about. So when it was launched on the second most popular cryptocurrency, which is Ethereum. The same smart contract in September of 2020 was again rolled out on another coin called Tron. Now, exactly 2 months ago, at the beginning on 1st of June 2021, the same smart contract was launched on the third most popular cryptocurrency, which is Binance. But in this case, it was launched on the stable coin, which is BUSD. So I'm going to show you how we are working with this smart contract and how it is enabling us to build a portfolio. For us, we are not complicating anything. We're not going into buying this and buying that and trading that. No, we just want to acquire these assets and be able to acquire them with as little money as we possibly can, and we build our portfolio from there. Now, before we look at that, let me just describe again what decentralization is all about. Now, in a decentralized environment, even the creators of these cryptocurrencies or the creators of a smart contract like this, the minute they release it on the blockchain, they lose control, meaning they cannot be pulling strings behind because of the way blockchain works. For you to do that, you would then need to have access to the entire network on the planet simultaneously, which is practically impossible. There are no admins needed to run. There is no company that we pull our resources together with, and then that company decides what to allocate where or who to pay what. No, the system, we interact with artificial intelligence. There it runs itself, it's self-perpetuating. There are no management decisions. You cannot lose your funds, and we're going to look at that. And then the most beautiful thing is, anytime you put in an effort, you get your payment instantly. Your payout coming into your personal wallet. Now, again, with a smart contract, you can be able to unlock unlimited income. It is entirely dependent on how well you want to grow your business, how fast you want to grow your business, and you can pay yourself whatever amount of money you wish to pay yourself. And of course, on the blockchain, every transaction has 100% transparency. It is trackable, and also it is irreversible. You cannot do a transaction on blockchain and reverse it. That cannot happen because that is the nature of blockchain. So on our smart contract, we have 4 programs, okay? We have what we call the X3, the X4, triple X, and X Gold. But the developers of this smart contract on the BUSD have so far released to us up to the 3rd program. We have X3, X4, and triple X. The Gold program is yet to be launched. But on the Ethereum and the Tron, which were rolled out last year, we have X3, X4, and Gold. So triple X is an addition on the BUSD coin. So let me show you how this works, how we are working with this. Now for us, and I'm saying this with all the confidence that I can master, we are no longer interested in the physical real estate as we have known it, because honestly, the rate at which these cryptocurrencies are appreciating compared to the rate at which land has been appreciating, there is absolutely no comparison. So what we are doing, we are investing in our real estate here in cryptocurrency space. So on the BUSD smart contract, you have a total of 4 products, but I'm going to highlight the 3 that exist. The X3, the X4, and the triple X. These are like 3 blocks of flats. The idea is to like buy a block of flat that has 12 units. And these are 3 blocks, each with 12 units. The first X3 and X4 are a replica of each other. The pricing of each unit is what is indicated in these numbers in BUSD, which I said is equivalent to $1. So for example, on the X3 and the X4 program, the smallest unit, you only buy it once at 5 BUSDs or $5 on both X3 and X4. On triple X, the value is $8. Then on the X3 and X4, you notice the numbers double as you go to the next level. So on the 2nd unit, the value doubles to 10 BUSDs, then doubles to 20, to 40, 80, 160, all the way, such that the most expensive unit on this X3 and X4 is $9,900. That, ladies and gentlemen, in Kenya shilling is equivalent to ₦1,000,000 shilling. Now, on the triple X, you can see the numbers are here. Usually on this, they use what we call the Fibonacci numbers, for those who are familiar with how Forex markets work. And you can see the most expensive unit is 96.96 BUSD. So our investment is to come with whatever money we have and buy as many units as we can on each of these programs, with the aim of one day being able to buy the whole thing, the whole block or the whole board. But the beauty is, even if you don't have a lot of money, you can come, you can afford $5, $5, $8. You buy one unit of each and you begin your journey there. Or let's say if you have $1,000, maybe that could buy you up to 5 units on, let's say 5 units on X3, 5 units on X4, and maybe 5 units on on triple X. So you can see your money, you can split your money to and see how far can it stretch. Now, then once you have then invested, because that money you have used is just like buying a house. You don't buy a house and then you sit down and say, now I want my money back. Once you buy, because you're buying a unit in technology, the money is gone. So the question then is, how do you get your money back? How do you make money with these units? So let me demonstrate how each of these 3 programs work, because they work slightly differently. Now, one thing I want to say is this program works on referral business. And I know some people don't like hearing referral because I don't know why they don't like hearing referral. If you are building a flat for rentals, if you don't look for customers to come and take your units, you are doing a referral business. If you don't look for them, then you're not in business. Your building will be there, but no money will come in. The same way you'd look for a tenant is the same way we look for our tenants here. Now, let me demonstrate how the X3 program works. So all of us buy this unit at $5 or 5 BUSD. Now, because it's a matrix, if I go and refer my first client, they will also come and buy their unit at $5 and the system will generate their unit. So me, I'll have mine and they'll have theirs. But guess what? Because I'm the one who referred them into this program, the smart contract recognizes my effort. And by so doing, I get 100% of what they invest and I get it on the spot, which basically means at that point in time, I have recovered my investment in full. Even if I was to walk away, I'm at break even, I have not lost anything. But I'm not doing this to break even. I am doing this as a sustainable business to help me build a portfolio over time. So what I will do, I will go and refer my second client. My second client will come and also buy their unit at $5. Guess what? The smart contract again rewards me for my effort. And as a result, I again get 100% of what they spent, and it is paid to my personal wallet on the spot. So now you can imagine, I removed $5, but BUSDs, I bought my units. But by the time I'm referring my second client, I have recovered my unit, my investment, and now I'm at 100% profit over and above. Then I go and refer my third client. Now my third client repurchases for me this unit so that I can start the cycle again, because at that point I have finished a cycle. So in essence, in this program, you only need to refer 3 people to finish a cycle. So that person repurchases for me this unit, and the payment goes to the ecosystem, most probably to pay the person who also referred me into this program. At that point in time, the 3 units under me will become available again, so that now I can refer my 4th referral and 100% on the spot. I refer my 5th referral and 100% on the spot, and my 6th referral repurchases for me the unit again, and the payment goes to the ecosystem. So in this business, for the rest of my life, I need, for every set of 3 people I refer, I will always pay myself 200% first and foremost, and then I pay the ecosystem 100%. And there is no limitation with regards to the number of people I can refer to this program. The other thing you notice, here there is absolutely nothing called a joining fee. There is no monthly fee. There is no deadline that I must have done so much by whatever date. Whatever you come with and you invest, that's your investment, and that is all that matters, and that is all that counts. So you begin your journey. So what I would also expect is the same people that I have referred to the program will also go and do the same, and they will start earning money, and we keep helping each other build a portfolio. Now notice I said the second unit is always double in value. Now let me make an assumption that when I was starting to invest, I didn't have the $10. I only had the 5 BUSDs. But now I need 10 BUSD to buy the second unit. Assume I don't have that money. All I need is to make use of my first unit, refer a total of 2 people who will give me exactly what I need to purchase the second unit. Then the very same people that I have referred on the small unit, I will also encourage them to upgrade and buy the second unit. And guess what? My first referral returns my investment in full, but now they return 10 BUSD, not 5. The second person puts me in profit by double the amount. The third referral repurchases for me the unit, and I start again. So you can imagine I will keep doing this. I buy the third slot, the fourth, the fifth. Eventually, I'll be able to buy the 12 units, and most of that money, I will make it from the system. I don't have to go back to my pockets. That is how our X3 program, in simple terms, works for everybody. Now, let me show you how the X4 program works. The key difference between the X4 program and the X3 program is this. In the X3 program, I only need 3 referrals to finish a cycle. On the X4, I need a total of 6 referrals to finish a cycle. That's the first difference. The second difference is on the X3 program, I first pay myself 200%, then I pay the ecosystem. On the X4 program, I will first of all, out of my cycle of 6, pay this ecosystem 200, and then I pay myself 300, and then the the sixth referral repurchases for me the unit, and I start the cycle again, which basically means the arrangement here is different. The first 2 people here, I will always pay the ecosystem. But the third, fourth, and the fifth, I earn 100% of what each of them invest, meaning I am already now 300% in profit. And the sixth referral, I repurchase the unit. Now, the other difference is on the X4 program, because I am first of all paying the ecosystem also graciously pays me back. So because this is group effort, because I'm paying the ecosystem, everybody is paying the ecosystem, a lot of this money will also come back to me. So on the X4 program, in a cycle of 6, I don't have to entirely be the one referring these people. Most of that money will actually even come from the ecosystem, just the same way I'm paying the ecosystem. So here I earn from my personal effort, and I also earn from group effort. Now notice again, the second slot is double in value. Again, the same cycle repeats itself. I first of all pay the ecosystem 200%, then I earn 300%, which could be from my personal effort, and it could also be from the group effort. And I will show you how a lot of people have been able to make a lot of money, especially on this X4 program, particularly from the group effort, because so long as the community or the ecosystem is growing, you are guaranteed. So as long as you have invested, you will earn. However, let me say this. If you just want to come into this X4 program with the intention of earning from the ecosystem, just know you cannot earn at the same rate with a person who is referring business. So if you don't want to refer and you still want to earn, you must be extremely patient with the system, because the system will pay you. But that could take you 3 months, could take 6 months, could take a year. I don't know. But when somebody goes out there deliberately and refers people, they assure themselves of an income much faster, more than the person who is waiting to be paid without putting an effort. Now, the Triple X program works slightly different. As you can see, there are 3 levels here now. We have gone 3 legs deep. The first 2 referrals, whether they are your direct referrals or indirect referrals, you first of all pay the ecosystem. However, on the second level, there are a total of 4 referrals. Anybody who will land on any of these on this slot on level 2, they will each pay you 30% of that unit. And then the third level has a total of 8 referrals, and each person will pay you 70%, which means by the time you finish a cycle of 14, you will have earned 680% of what you invested in that unit. However, the last two people will repurchase for you the unit, and therefore 100% will be deducted from the 680, and you take home 580%. Now, let me tell you guys, anybody who invests on the triple X, their payment is always split into two. It goes and pays one person 30% and pays another person 70%. And you can therefore see, so long as you're in an environment where there's a lot of group activity, you're going to be earning a lot of 30% here, 70% here. And you also, even you, when you invest, your payment goes and pays two people. And this is how group effort works, and it can put you so much ahead of the pack, especially if you're in an active environment. Now, that basically brings me to the end of my 3 programs that already exist. So to help you get started, we came up with these recommended packages. And I want you to see that this program is for anybody who is interested in growing a portfolio in the cryptocurrency space. Now, you can see you can come in with as little as 6,000 shillings, and you buy 2 units on each program, 2 units on X3, X4, and triple X with only 53 BUSD, which in Kenya shilling translate to about 6,000 shillings. Now, many times I tell people, there are many people who tomorrow, on a day like tomorrow, will walk into a fast food store and they will blow up $53 or $60. And they will go back home and they will not have that money. You can choose to instead take that money and invest it in a program like this. And I'm telling you, in a year's time, if you put it to work, you will be able to buy people so many lunches. You'll be able to take them for dining in expensive places. But the person who will go out tomorrow and blow out $53, that story will be forgotten. They will not even remember unless Google reminds them that they were in that restaurant at that point in time. So what does that mean? This program does not discriminate anybody because of their financial status. As low as $53, you can come in with $122 and buy 3 programs on each, 3 units on each program. You can come with $260, buy 4 units on each program. Imagine if you did that and you got 2, 3, 4 of your friends to also do the same thing, save their money, which they can, tomorrow you'll have so much more. You can be able to grow a business that is going to change and impact so many people's lives. Or you can come with $530 and buy 5 units of each program, or $1,000, buy 6 units, all the way to where you can actually come with $60,000 and buy the whole thing. You buy all the 12 units on X3, 12 units on X4, 12 units on triple X. All that, you can see, you must fit in somewhere. You must belong in a category somewhere. Once you do that, then you have your journey on. Now, let me give you some of the benefits you get for being in our team, because we are not the only people out there who are doing this. Now, if you listen to this conversation, whether you participate in this program or not, or you buy from anywhere from level 0 to the second level, which only costs you about $53, we will give you basic knowledge, basic understanding of a few things. Number 1, we will teach you how to open a crypto wallet. And in this case, we mean a custodial wallet, a safe wallet, which is only accessible to you. We will teach you how to buy and sell cryptos in the marketplace, because when you want to invest, we want you to understand, how do you buy? When you start earning, we want you to understand, how do you liquidate? How do you sell your assets? And then, of course, we refer you to our crypto academy. We know there's a lot of information out there. Sometimes people are sinking or drowning in information while lacking in wisdom. We want you to be able to get into a place where you can go understand one thing, and understanding so well such that you can be able to use it to grow yourself. The next thing is that if you invest up to level 4, which only costs you about $259, we will give you access to our exclusive course on attraction marketing and personal development, because attraction marketing is so important. You want to be able to position yourself in a manner that people look for you and you're not the one chasing them. Now, if you go up to level 7, which will cost you about $2,000, we will give you access to our now training, advanced training on DeFi or decentralized finance, because basically that is the space we are in, and you really must understand what is going on there so that you know what you can expect and how you can properly position yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the end of my presentation. But before I finish, I want to say this. If you're on this call or you're listening to me from wherever it is you are on this planet, please make sure you create for yourself as a custodial wallet. And the most recommended wallets are Token Pocket, MetaMask, or even Trust Wallet. The second thing, please make sure you open an account on Binance.com so that you can learn how to buy and sell in the marketplace. And of course, the other thing is, whoever invited you on this call, they will share their link to Forsad so that they can help you get started. And in case you'll be listening to me on my social media platform, please, I will be sharing my email address. Feel free to engage me and I'll be able to guide you on the next steps forward. Now, with that, ladies and gentlemen, brings me to the end of my presentation. And I want to say this. Okay, before I go to that, my apologies. Allow me to just basically share an account here. I could share two accounts. I'll share this one and maybe I could call out a testimony. And this is an account of a young man that I know who is 17 years, okay, a student. This young man has been able to invest in this program. And as you can see, so far on the X3 program, they have gone all the way to level 8. On the X4 program, they've gone all the way to level 8. And on the Triple X program, they've gone all the way to level 7. You can notice this young man has only referred one partner in his business, but he has been able to earn 2,809 BUSD. Now, this is $2,809. This program, like I said, is only 2 months, 1 week today. The X3 and the X4 have been here with us for only 2 months. The Triple X program is exactly 2 weeks old today. And you can notice this is where this young man has been able to make most of his income from. There is absolutely no limitation as to why you out there cannot be able to make this money. A lot of people have lost a lot of jobs since COVID checked in, and a lot of people are complaining about how bad the economy is. This young man has just chosen to invest, to understand what's going on here, and he invests and he's making his money. Now, that is an amazing testimony, because you can see we have the opportunity to impact our young people and help them realize that there is no limitation as to what they can achieve. Now, I also want maybe to briefly just show you what I've personally been able to achieve as your presenter. And as you can see, in the same period, I've also equally been able to build a portfolio. I don't know how many people, honestly, in the last 2 months have been able to make that kind of money. And as you can see, I really don't have a lot of partners. I just have 6 of them whom I've been working with. Of course, I'm still working to grow my business. And you can see each of these programs has earned me some substantial amount of money, which has helped me to fix a lot of problems in my life, be able to meet my obligations. And this is only the beginning. If in 2 months I can be able to do that, I don't know. What in a year, I don't know how the year looks like, but in my mind, I know the target I have, and I know there is no reason as to why I will not be able to see. Oh, sorry. I'm told that you cannot see the screen I'm sharing. So, oh my goodness. JKK, what do I do so that I don't? I'm so sorry, guys. Let me see. I stop share. Okay. Sorry. So sorry about that. I've not seen that message. Let me share again the screen. what I was sharing. Kindly let me know. Kindly let me know if now you can see. Mr. Megwe, if you could, somebody,
Yes,
unmute
yes,
yourself.
yes, we can.
Sorry, you can now?
Yeah, now you are sharing. Yes.
Oh, good. My sincere apology. I didn't know that was an oversight on my part. So I was showing you this account, and I was telling you this account is for a 17-year-old. Okay. And as you can see, he has only referred one client who is also a 17-year-old, by the way. And look at the kind of income he's been able to generate in the last 2 months. A student, 17-year-old student. And what I was saying is, if a student can earn this kind of money, when everybody is closing down their shops, when everybody is being laid off, when people are complaining about how bad the economy is, what is limiting you? Why wouldn't you take advantage of these opportunities and build your wealth? In 2 months, this young boy has been able to do this. What do you think he will do in a year? And now that I am on that, let me show you. So I had shared my account, but allow me to share one of my mentors' accounts who I may not call them for an interview, but I know they're on this call. And I want you to see, look at this figure, guys. $37,000, and so far he has only referred 5 people. I don't know where you're calling me from, which part of the world you're calling me from, but $37,000 here in Kenya is 4 million Kenya shillings in the last 2 months. And you can see the kind of income this guy has earned from on the X3 program alone. $16,000. X4, $14,000. Triple X, $6,278. So if somebody who has fresh and blood, who is just learning these systems, can generate this kind of money in 2 months, 1 week, what is holding you back? Why are you complaining that the economy is bad? The opportunity is at your doorstep. It's up to you to choose what you want to do with it. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to bring this to call to an end. And before I leave, I want to give you an option. You could be an A. You may have had this information before, or you're hearing it for the first time and you're saying, I am so ready to get started. Send me your referral link. Kindly get back to the person who referred you on this call, or you could refer to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Nyambura Maina, and I have left my email address there. Feel free to get in touch with me and I'll guide you on how to get started. Or you could be a B and you're like, I'm ready to get started, but I have a couple of questions. And this is how most of us learn. We want to seek clarification, which is amazing. Kindly get back to us on any platform that you can access us and ask all the questions that you want to ask, so that when you get into this business, you're very clear in your mind what you're getting yourself into and how you can be able to build your business. Or you could be a C and you're like, okay, I like the idea, but it's not for me. We respect you. And we always say, number one, it's not everybody who is cut out for this business. But number two, you may not be ready right now, but tomorrow you might be ready. We are so glad that you even took your time to listen and to stay with us. So when you're ready, kindly feel free to get back to us and we shall get you started. And with that, I want to bring this call to an end. Unless there is a question or clarification, kindly get back to whoever invited you on this call. Let us go through this if you need to go through it again until you get it. Now, one thing I want to make an announcement is that we normally do these calls every single day at 8 p.m. because we always have new guests, new people who want to hear what is it that we're talking about. So feel free to join our Zoom meeting every single day at 8 p.m., Monday to Sunday. That is East African time. Number two, we are based in Nairobi and we have a physical office in Kileleshwa. Feel free to walk into our office, come interact with us, come with your guests, come ask your questions. We shall be able to get in touch, help you get started. Number three, we go to different satellite cities in Nairobi. Every Monday we are open. Every Tuesday we are in CBD, Nairobi CBD at Salehe Hotel. Every Wednesday we go to Thika. Every Thursday we go to Triple O along Eastern Bypass. Every Saturday we go to Kitengela. So feel free to come, be with us, or if you have anybody in those areas who you think that we can help you close, refer them to our meetings. This is what we are all about. So with that, I want to bring this call to an end unless there is a question, somebody wants to ask a question or clarification or a comment on the group or on the chat. I would really appreciate that. Any questions, any comments? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a lovely Sunday. Let's do this again tomorrow. Let's see you at exactly 8 o'clock. But meanwhile, get in touch with the person who referred you on this call and we'll help you get started. God bless you and have a lovely evening.